victory. Labour Party marching, Labour Party marching, marching to victory. Labour Party marching, Labour Party marching, marching to victory. Jump and shout, tell it all about, we shall have the victory. Jump and shout, tell it all about, we shall have the victory. Come now, me and the neighbor, oh yes, we voting for Labour. Alright, me and the neighbor, bring them, we voting for Labour. Can them, me and the neighbor, oh yes, we voting for Labour. Oh yes, me and the neighbor, voting, we voting for Labour. Alright, jump and shout, tell it all about, we shall have the victory. Victory and victory. We are gonna make that change. Yes, we will now. Make a need a chance to turn the life around. We are gonna make that change. Tell them again. There got to be a better way. Oh yes. We are gonna make that change. Jamaica need a chance to turn the life around. We are gonna make that change. Come on. Me and the neighbor, alright, we voting for Labour. Oh yes, me and the neighbor, voting, we voting for Labour. Me and the neighbor, voting, we voting for Labour. Alright, me and the neighbor, oh yes, we voting for Labour. Jump and shout, tell it all about, we shall have the victory.
Good morning, Labour Roots, and good morning to all other comebacks watching this channel. Welcome to another episode of Political Hard Talk. I am your host, none other than the greatest Labourite alive. Now, good morning to the P6 Nation and good morning to the P6 crew. Guys, I want you guys to tell me in the comment section if you're seeing me well and if you're hearing me. I am seeing myself in HD, but you know, oftentimes after the live, I realize that the live is blurry. So now tell me if you know I see me, please. Now, here on screen, let me come off my screen a little bit. We have none other than Kevin O'Brien Chung. You know, Mr. Chung have been in public life, you know, by way of the private sector. You know, he has always been, you know, one of the guys that, you know, worked in the private sector, but on occasion, you know, the government would call on him to do something. Both governments. He has worked in the People's National Criminal Organization government as well. Now, I want to play a clip from Mark Golding's press conference yesterday, and then we are going to get into a barrage of things this morning, my people. You know, big up to my beautiful wife to be. Good morning, baby. Good morning, Annette Hall. I see you guys. Remember, if you want a shout out, just comment good morning or comment something in the comment section and we'll give you a shout out. Also, there's 32 of us so far. I should be at 32 thumbs up at least. So get me to 20 thumbs up, my people. Hit the 3 dots in the right hand corner of your screen and hit the thumbs up button. Please remember to subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber. See? Good morning, Pearl McLean. Dennis Chung. Yes. So, Dennis Chung has been, you know, a stalwart of Jamaica, a true patriot. You know, he has commented publicly on many occasions on affairs that are happening in Jamaica. He's a Jamaican, and because he's a Jamaican, that gives him the right to comment on anything Jamaican, I would say, my people. See? Now, It has been said that he and the Prime Minister are friends. That is neither here nor there. The PNP who you're looking at on the right hand side of the screen, you're looking at four of the worst, vile, disgusting creatures on the planet Earth. See? Dayton Campbell, Mark Golding, Julian Robinson, and Peter Bunting. They are three of the worst, vile creatures that Jamaica has ever, you know, created. They want power at all costs. Now, how can Dayton Campbell show his ugly, disgusting, greater looking face after just a month ago we found out that a very prominent member of the Integrity Commission has been friends with Dayton Campbell for 20 years. And then we found out that, well, we didn't find out. It is alleged that that is where he and Mark Golding, that has been getting leaks from the Integrity Commission. The entire Integrity Commission in Jamaica, is infested with people from the People's National Criminal Organization. Now, I am going to play a clip, my people, from the press conference yesterday, and then we are going to get into it. Stand by.
Mr. Mark Golding, thank you.
Listen to this, my people. Now listen to this.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Tell me if you're not here.
The matter of the Integrity Commission report into the statutory declarations filed by the Prime Minister and their investigation of his affairs in relation to, in particular, the offense of illicit enrichment has been of great national concern to Jamaicans at home and abroad. The Integrity Commission, after their extensive investigation, due to a lack of information forthcoming from the Prime Minister on critical elements of facts that were relevant to the matters that they were investigating, felt it necessary to refer the matter to the Financial Investigations Division and Tax Administration Jamaica for further investigation on different aspects of what had come out in their investigations. It is therefore of critical importance that the Financial Investigations Division, which has been without a chief technical director for some time since the resignation and departure of Selden Hay, that it be led by somebody who is competent in the kind of issues that the FID is set up to deal with as an investigative agency, and also
Qatar, in one word, is welcoming.
Yeah, man.
Because first, from
so be not tainted in any manner with any kind of political cloud over it. Whoever the technical director of the FID is, must be somebody who's not perceived as having any particular political affiliation or bias. And we feel strongly that the appointment of Dennis Chung is itself an act which will further corruption in the country, because he is somebody who has already publicly stated positions in relation to the matters that the FID ought to be investigating, which are strongly in favor of the Prime Minister and which seek to undermine or belittle the impact and importance of the findings that the Integrity Commission has made on the matters that they investigated as set out in the report that they sent to Parliament. He has commented on the 28 bank accounts operated by the Prime Minister and his companies, on the volume of funds that have flowed through those accounts over the period of the investigation in excess of $470 million. On the issue to do with the Positive Jamaica, a non-profit foundation that receives monies for worthy causes donated from local and overseas contributors. Those funds being used to purchase financial investments in the name of and for the benefit of Mr. Holness's personal companies. On each of these matters, he publicly sought to take a position that's led to the impression that there was nothing amiss, there's no case to answer, everything is above board. Even the nil returns filed by companies that had bank accounts with hundreds of millions of dollars passing through them, he said there was nothing peculiar about that. Nil tax returns. He clearly is a biased person on this matter. He clearly would have a conflict leading the FID to investigate this matter. And that is why we're saying he should resign that position if he's accepted it, or the appointment should be rescinded and revoked forthwith. It is too vital to Jamaica's democracy and the rule of law in our country that what will be the most important and significant investigation by the FID in its history should not be led by somebody who has taken up.
Let me just say to the Jamaican people that the FID is no longer investigating anything for the Prime Minister. See, the court, the case of the Prime Minister's statutory declaration is in the courts. The Integrity Commission tabled the report already. Once the report is tabled, that's it. See, whatever issues that they have with it and refuse to sign off on the Prime Minister's statutory declaration, that is the issue that the Prime Minister took to court. It has nothing to do with what is going on now. There is no investigation currently into the Prime Minister of Jamaica for any illicit enrichment. Mark Golding need to left with place in the people. Mark Golding come for divide with people them so we can kill off one another in the people. And that Mark Golding come fine. And that Mark Golding and Peter Bunting, Julian Robinson and Dayton Campbell are follow behind this white man here, brother, for destroy our country, you know. I mean, I know if the people them, if they not no sense or what. There is no investigation currently going on with our Prime Minister. Whatever investigation went on, he already went on, tabled, and they refuse to certify the Prime Minister's statutory declaration even after they found out that there was nothing untoward. That is what Mr. Chung commented on. There was nothing untoward. See? Millions of dollars go through people's bank account every day. These are people who are handling money. These are people who have companies. See? And Mark Golding and the PNP continue to lie to the people of Jamaica. There is no investigation going on to the Prime Minister of Jamaica today. The investigation already wrapped. They got a forensic investigator, and the forensic investigator came from the United States and found nothing untoward in our Prime Minister. And when the investigator found nothing untoward, the PNP-led Integrity Commission refused to certify the Prime Minister's statutory declaration still, even after they found nothing untoward. And that is the issue that the Prime Minister took to court. These people, they have no integrity. We're tired of them. We're tired of them. Fucking hell, brother. Hold on. Get up back in video.
In a position on key issues that are the substance of that investigation. Positions which are in favor of the Prime Minister, as opposed to positions which the FID ought to be investigating in a non-biased, non-partisan way, based on what the findings of the Integrity Commission were already.
Dayton Campbell's friend of 20 years that was appointed to the Integrity Commission. Is that not a conflict of interest? someone that is personally close to Dayton Campbell, a friend for 20 years, appointed to the Integrity Commission, is that not a conflict of interest? Yo, me say me hate them people, brother. You see Mark Golden? Me not like him none at all. And me shouldn't even have to feel the way about Dayton Campbell, Julian Robinson, and Peter Bunting. Me shouldn't have to feel the way, yeah. Me not like them neither. Them are wicked. And then come for kill off with people, them and divide them. You hear me, I tell you? Because this is going to cause political divide or political division. See? And Mark Golden know that he don't have a chance. He don't stand a chance in heaven. Well, hell. You know? He does not stand a chance in hell of becoming the Prime Minister of Jamaica. So instead, he decided to wreck the image of the Prime Minister. But by wrecking the image of the Prime Minister and painting the Prime Minister as corrupt, that essentially paints Jamaica to international bodies as corrupt. See? And if Jamaica is seen by the world as corrupt, persons will not want to invest in Jamaica. These people are hurting Jamaica. Peter Bunting, Mark Golden, Julian Robinson, and Dayton Campbell, they are hurting the image of Jamaica, my people. I must show them a door. Anyway, we'll get into it.
Ready on those matters. And that is why we thought it necessary to call this press conference today to state for the record that we are totally opposed to this appointment, that we feel that this appointment is itself a corrupt act because it's furthering what we believe is going to be an attempted cover-up of this matter, and that we are calling upon Jamaica to ensure that this does not go any further. And at this point, I'm going to hand over to my colleagues who will go into different aspects of this in greater detail. And so I'm going to ask Julian Robinson to speak next.
Under this administration, Jamaica has been the least corrupt out of every other administration. This is an absolute fact. Check with the United Kingdom, check with Canada, check with the EU, check with the United States. Jamaica has been the least corrupt under this administration than any other. See, in the history of Jamaica, this current administration have seen the lowest corruption score in the history of Jamaica. You hear what I'm telling you, my people? So don't let Mark Golden, and by the way, there is a body saying that you can check these things with on the internet. You have Google. Just Google it. Google it and you will see that Jamaica has been the least corrupt that it has ever been in the history of Jamaica under this current administration. See? We have a thing called the corruption index. Check it and you will see that Jamaica scored its lowest point under this administration. And these people, they are ready to wreck the image of Jamaica just for political power. See?
Good idea.
Good afternoon. Jamaica has, over the many years, developed a strong reputation of having institutional integrity in terms of our anti-corruption framework. From the Integrity Commission to other institutions that have the responsibility for investigating financial crimes, both in the public and...
You know, the PNP call a press conference. Look into this, my people. The PNP call a press conference. There's 92 of us, guys. Now get me to 50 thumbs up now. Hit the 3 dots in the right-hand corner of your screen and hit the thumbs up, my people. Now get me to 50 thumbs up. That is the target amount of thumbs up that we ask for per live. So hit the 3 dots in the right-hand corner of your screen, hit the thumbs up button, and get me to 50 thumbs up, please. You know, these people have called a press conference to make mischief. You know, crime yesterday is down at 43.3%. Murders are down in Jamaica, 43.3%. Why didn't the PNP call a press conference to acknowledge the good work that the police and the government is doing? And join them, come on board and say, listen, we are for law and order, just like the rest of Jamaica. Why can't the PNP call a press conference for that? Yesterday, the United States lowered its travel advisory to the lowest point the lowest score that Jamaica has ever gotten. See, saying that Jamaica is completely safe for travel and completely safe for tourists to come here. See, why didn't the PNP call a press conference to acknowledge the good work that has been put in by both security force and government? You know, so these scores can come down, so persons can come to Jamaica and spend their money with we, so we can continue to grow the economy. Why didn't the PNP call a press conference for that? Somebody tell me.
And the private sector. If we look at the history of individuals who have been charged to lead, certainly the FID, we'll look at, you'll see persons who have extensive backgrounds in either law enforcement, financial crimes, anti-money laundering, etc. This is the first time that an individual, while having general accounting and management experience.
So let me just say this to you guys. There is a body that is set up by both opposition and government that is to vet people like Dennis Chung and others. You know, and it is this board that appointed Dennis Chung. A board that is set up by both PNP and JLP. Why is it that the PNP is so disingenuous? Why is it that Mark Golding and the PNP, why is the PNP allowing Mark Golding to ruin that party and trying to ruin our nation? See? Anger is starting, people are starting to get angry, you know, my people, and it start to bubble over now, you know. May I go into some information now. See? May I go into some information, because this is what we're about. We don't even tell no lie. They said that Dennis Chung is not qualified for the job. So let me tell you now about Dennis Chung. See? Dennis Chung is a chartered accountant by profession. Completed his Bachelor of Science and Masters of Science degrees in accounting. See? In 1987 and 1989 respectively at the University of the West Indies, and the Certified Public Accountant exams in 1990 in California, United States. He attended Jamaica College and was a member of the Jamaica College Board and Foundation from 2005 to 2012. He served as Chief Executive Officer of the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica during the period of 2012 to 2018. And 2012 to 2018, he would have been, you know, in this position under the PNP. See? Formerly, the Chief Executive Officer of the Supreme Venture Service Limited. Dennis Chung is currently Chairman of the Board of the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management and holds the following positions: Director at Petrojam, Director at the Jamaica Football Federation, Director at Wigton Wind Farm Limited. He is a Justice of the Peace for the Parish of St. Andrew, Chairman of the National Solid Waste Management Authority, Chairman of GK Capital Management Limited. He is also a past president and a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Jamaica and past director of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Caribbean. See? And he also served on numerous public and private sector boards, including the Bank of Jamaica. See? And he most recently, more recently, the Pension Industries Association of Jamaica and chairman of the National Integrity Action. See, you know so much position the man hold. And Mark Golding and Dayton Campbell, them come and tell Jamaican people, say, this man is not qualified for the job. You know see how much position the man hold, and Mark Golding, Dayton Campbell, Peter Bunting, and Julian Robinson is coming before the Jamaican people to tell the Jamaican people that this man is not qualified for the job because true him more favorable to the labor right. So want to see more Pantan, that is a PNP. Want to Greg Christie, that is a PNP. Want to Kevin Stevens, who is a PNP. See? Want to the local youth where him and Dayton Campbell friend who is a PNP. How comes them the people they get to sit on the Integrity Commission board, but we can't have nobody on it? Who is PNP? Who are they to tell the government what is to do or what they should do? Is the PNP the government of Jamaica? The Prime Minister did not appoint Dennis Chung. It is the board that is set up by PNP and JLP that appointed Dennis Chung. Wanna get me to 50 thumbs up, my people. Hit the dots, the 3 dots in the right hand corner of your screen. Hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not yet a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel. See, I am sick and tired of the PNP. See, I am sick and tired of the PNP. And by the way, this man has worked for Dayton Campbell and Mark Golding. Not Dayton Campbell, Peter Bunting and Mark Golding in the past. He has worked for them. He is the one who turned around the National Solid Waste Agency in Jamaica. Dennis Chung did that. He's a very good manager. And because of parties and politics, because Mark Golding is hungry for power. Hey, let me tell you something, my people. You see what going on in Jamaica today with the opposition party? It is an absolute disgrace. It is an absolute disgrace that the Jamaican people have to go through this after many years of struggle and sufferation, and the PNP had their chance. They had 19 consecutive years and they left us in the lurch. They did not do anything to move us out of poverty. They did not do anything to move the Jamaican people further than where DUJON'S found us. The PNP had unvetted power in Jamaica. They had absolute power in Jamaica. They reigned supreme for many years. Many of us born baby and grew to big man under PNP administration. And these people today can't bear to see the progress of Jamaica. They can't bear to see we make something ourselves. Because they didn't do it. They don't want to see it. And we must dismiss these persons forthwith. We must dismiss them. And people like Peter Bunting, Mark Golding, Julian Robinson, and Dayton Campbell should not show their face. The Jamaican people should dismiss them. They're a set of wicked. I'm tired of them. I am tired of them, my people. How dare they speak like this about Mr. Chung? Mr. Chung is more than qualified. And the people that vetted him are more than qualified. They're upstanding members of our communities and of our nation. And Mr. Chung has paid his dues. Or Mr. Chung has paid his dues to this nation. PNP get on my last nerve. And believe me, as a Jamaican and as a patriot, I don't have no issue with the normal PNP, them normal day-to-day PNP. I know that they don't know better because they can't find the information. See? They're not people that go and seek the information for themselves. So when Mark Golding come and Mark Golding tell a lie, and Mark Golding said, don't listen to them and them propaganda, listen to me. So when you listen to them and them manipulate you, you can't go find the information for yourself. So you take it as gospel. This man is more than qualified to lead this position. But because they won't have their people there. They won't have their people there. So when time they try to malign the Prime Minister and try to lie on the Prime Minister, see, they can get their people to tell lies further for them. See, but when a person with integrity like Mr. Chung go in that position, they cannot fathom it. They do not want it. And me hear Dayton Campbell come talk about, where Dayton Campbell come talk about, he might give Prime Minister, he might give government 72 hours, all kind of things that go happen all over Jamaica. For a statement like this, or a statement like that, Dayton Campbell should be in police lockup this morning. What is he alluding to? Me telling you, so the PNP is trying to have a soft coup in Jamaica. I must get ready for it because they mean power at any cost. And it is going to cost blood on the street of Jamaica. The very fact that Mark Golding refused, after he lost the local government election, Mark Golding refused to concede defeat to the Jamaica Labour Party. And that have set the stage for political violence on the street of Jamaica again. And remember, somebody tell you, know. So you see, if this election come close, and we not give Andrew Holness a definitive win, and this election is close, my people, you remember, so me telling you, say PNP are going to say they win. You remember, so me telling you, know, PNP are going to say they win. And when they say they win, you remember what going to happen in the streets of Jamaica. We pity them, are going to feel it. We are going to feel it. Because of these people. Because they can't bear to see our country a blossom. And they had their chance. And they did nothing. They did nothing. Absolutely nothing for 19 years. They had Central Bank. They had the Bank of Jamaica. Unregulated. They had entire control of most of the parish councils across the island. The municipal corporation. And they had government for 19 years. See? And they did not manage to move this country further than where Andrew Holness find it. See? There will be Marlon Richards, me just say, you know, we don't want it to be close, we want it to be definitive. Because if it is close, we will see blood on the street of Jamaica because Mark Golding I go say, pardon, him a junglist and him no lose the election and Labour at TV election. And that them I go say. See them I do everything now. If you say everything that the Prime Minister do is untoward. It is not above board. And that them I try to say no, you know. And them I try to paint a picture, say it is the Prime Minister that appoint Mr. Chung. And the Prime Minister appoint Mr. Chung. There's a board that is set up to vet people like Mr. Chung. See? And the board is approved and ratified by both leader of the opposition and the Prime Minister. So when Mark Golding is coming here to act as if he don't know anything about that board and those people that sits on that board has no integrity and they don't know what they are doing, Mark Golding is disingenuous. Mark Golding is disingenuous. See? And I must tell you, my people, that I, DUJON'S, no relation to Alfred Dawes, I hate Mark Golding with a passion. I refuse to say that about Peter Bunting, Dayton Campbell, and Julian Robinson. Those persons, they are my Jamaican people. And we will work it out with them later on because them are going to pay for it, you know. Them are pay for it in a ballot box. Remember, I'm telling you. But we and them have to go work out here and sort out it later. But Mark Golding, who is not one of us who come to divide with people, them, I hate him with a passion. Me, hate him like a dose of poison. How dare Mark Golding come here and try to divide my people? How dare Mark Golding come to my country and try to divide my people after many years of us struggling, many years of us, our people suffering, and this Prime Minister is trying to move Jamaica so we can have the basic necessities, just the basic necessities of life. And Mark Golding can't bear to see it. And these three idiots, the three stooges, are following behind him for political power.
Would be leading the FID without specific investigative experience. And the position is Chief Technical Director. And people might say, yes, there are persons within the organization who may have technical expertise. But this position requires someone who has that specific expertise. And it is important for us to maintain the credibility of the country's financial, the investigation of financial crimes. Putting them strong there, I believe, threatens that credibility. Credibility which is not just local, but credibility which is international. Because the FID is the main interface with other international organizations who cooperate with the country in investigating financial crimes.
Mr. Chung is not an investigator. He's been put in there as a manager. This is a managing role in my people. He don't need to be an investigator. Investigators will go out and investigate and report to him. The PNP take with an idiot in my people. Then take the Jamaican people them for idiot. I'm going to cuss so rass, but me just hold my composure. And you hear me tell you no? Me just hold my composure. Because these people then take with an idiot. And Julian Robinson should know better than this. Me not expect better from Dayton Campbell, you know. Because any man name call for a little girl pitney. have no integrity. None whatsoever. Any big man in a position of power, name Carl Pan molest Pitney, have no integrity in my book. So I expect better from him. See? But Julian Robinson, I expect better from.
And so we see the appointment as a retrograde step, actually. And it has implications for how Jamaica would be perceived within the international community in relation to this particular matter. And so, as the opposition leader has said, the appointment should be rescinded. Mr. Chung should not accept it because, at best, the perception of bias is there, and the reality in this case, having already pronounced on a number of these issues, it is almost impossible for that reality of bias not to be seen there. And if the outcome of this investigation, which as the leader said is the most important that FID will...
Let me just reiterate what I said before. There is currently no investigation. The investigation that they had before concluded, and it found that the Prime Minister did not do anything untoward. And yet still, the PNP-run Integrity Commission refused to certify the Prime Minister's statutory declaration. This is why they don't want Dennis Chung there, because, you know, he will go there and he will probably open back the investigation and see that the PNP had their hand in it all along. This is why they are refusing to want Mr. Chung to go into that position. No, I am telling you, my people, I back this move. See? And we want Dennis Chung in that position, and the Labour Party must not falter. The people of Jamaica back them wholeheartedly with this move. See? We back them 100% with this move. We will not be dictated to by the People's National Criminal Organization. They are not in government. See? They are in opposition, and they must know their place. See? And they had a hand in choosing persons who chose Mr. Chung for the position. And Mr. Chung is a man with the utmost integrity. He did not say anything wrong. He did not say anything wrong when he made the comments that he did. See? There is nothing wrong with having 28 bank accounts. See? I don't have nowhere near the Prime Minister's money, and I already have 10 or 11 accounts already. See? I mean, I have nowhere near the Prime Minister money. There's nothing wrong with having 28 bank accounts. There's nothing wrong with having 50 bank accounts. Furthermore, if you have $1 billion in your bank in Jamaica, see, and something untoward happen and you lose that $1 billion, guess how much of that $1 billion there where you have the government responsible for? Guess how much? Somebody tell me in the comment section. How much of the $1 billion there where you have in a one bank account the government is responsible for? Somebody tell me.
Ever undertake absolves the Prime Minister of any wrongdoing, then it will just play into the hands of everybody who said, you sent that person there for that particular outcome. So from our perspective as a party, beyond the individual, we see this as a threat to the institutional arrangements for the investigation of financial crimes. And it should be rescinded, and an individual who is appropriately qualified with the...
No, Lady J, that will not stop his appointment. You know, and they must not falter, and the Prime Minister must not bow to PNP pressure. The PNP will not have their way. No way. They are in opposition and they need to know their place. They are in opposition for a reason. The Jamaican people has rejected them, and we will reject them sooner or later again. They mean us no good. And they do not want Mr. Chung in that position, like I said, because, you know, they have been doing things that is not above board, trying to frame the Prime Minister of Jamaica. And by them trying to frame the Prime Minister of Jamaica and trying to paint him as corrupt, guess what? That paints Jamaica to world leaders as corrupt, and that stop investment, stop government wanting to help us, and stop people wanting to come to our country to invest. Because PNP, who do not love Jamaica, is trying to paint Jamaica as a corrupt place so they can gain power. And they are the ones who are corrupt. See? They are the ones who are corrupt.
experience and who has no taint of political bias should be appointed to head the FID. I'll invite my colleague, Mr. Bunting, to speak further.
I want to listen to the lawyer one I know when named Peter Bunting. I want to listen to him.
Discover Olia for maximum colour impact. Colour after colour by Garnier, naturally.
Got savings, have you, Carl?
Yeah. Hard to know what to do once you've got savings.
If only there was some kind of...
You see Peter Bunting? Him? Lie.
Thank you.
Listen to him.
Julian, good afternoon, everyone. When I heard of this announcement yesterday afternoon, I reached out to an authority on financial crime and asked them to state the ideal qualifications and experience for the exec, and I just use it generically. This is someone who's not in Jamaica. I said, give me the ideal qualifications and experience for the executive head of a financial investigative unit that is a member of the Egmont Group. The response was that a candidate should reflect the strategic, legal, analytical, and diplomatic demands of leading a high-integrity institution charged with combating money laundering, terrorist financing, and other financial crime.
No, let me just say again. The role that Mr. Chung, Dennis Chung, would go into is a management role. See? When you're in a management role, what you do? You're there in your office, you have your people them where you investigate. Police commissioner no go out, go investigate crimes. Police commissioner no go out, go fight crime. Police commissioner no go out, go check for homicide and see what go on. See? They mostly in a them office, them deal with things as managers. See? So Mr. Chung is going in a management role. See? I'm going to go no in qualification them again. See? And Peter Bunting now no qualification for security, for being security minister. Because it's a management role. My people. Now listen to this again. Dennis Chung, a chartered accountant. The FID is the Financial Investigative Division. See? Our investigating division. See? He's a chartered accountant by profession. Completed the Bachelor of Science and Masters of Science degrees in accounting in 1987 and 1989 respectively at the University of the West Indies, and the Certified Public Accountant exam in 1990 in California. So he man have 3 different qualifications in finance. See? He attended Jamaica College and was a member of the Jamaica College Board and Foundation, see, from 2005 to 2012. He served as Chief Executive Officer of the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica during the period of 2012 to 2018. See? And the PNP would have been in power in 2012 when he was appointed under them. See? The same people them we are talking now. Right? Formerly the Chief Executive Officer of Supreme Venture Services Limited. Dennis Chung is currently chairman of the board of the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management and holds the following positions: Director at Petrojam, Director at the Jamaica Football Federation, Director at Wigton Wind Farms Limited. He's a Justice of the Peace for the Parish of St. Andrew, Chairman of the National Solid Waste Management Limited. See, he is also a past president and a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Jamaica and past director of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Caribbean. So he has hold international position as well. See? And has also served on numerous public and private sector boards, including the Bank of Jamaica and more recently the Pension Industries Association of Jamaica and chairman of the National Integrity Action. You know see how much position the man hold, and Peter Bunting them say man not qualify. How much position Peter Bunting hold in a security, and he was security minister? Is that why he couldn't do his job? Is that why he could not get crime and violence under control? Because he never had no experience in fighting crime. So what is Peter Bunting talking about, my people? These people are so disgusting. It is unbecoming that these persons want to lead us. And we must not fall for it, Jamaica. Them not like me, you know. My people are be a dead check, they give it. Say, for the years I'm dead, I paid P kill me. But, fun and joke aside, see, these persons, they do not mean this country any good. And they should be joining forces and looking deep within themselves and say, you know what, we are not ready to lead the country. And we can't lead the country. You know, let us be patriots and allow the country to stay down the trajectory that it currently on. And let us continue to rebuild our party. So one day, the Jamaican people can look to us again for leadership. That's what they should, anybody who have any ounce of integrity, that's what they should be looking at now. See? But we continue. Come on to listen to Dayton Cambrino. You see all him scumbag of the earth. Disgusting human being. And you see it when you look upon him. Say man is nothing but a piece of dog Didi. Saying 2 more thumbs up my people and we hit the target amount of likes for the live. So hit the 3 dots in the right hand corner of your screen and hit the thumbs up button. Get me to 50 likes. See?
Friends, the candidate should meet international expectations for independence, competence, and credibility. With respect to academic and professional qualifications, a master's degree in law, finance, economics, criminology, accounting, administration, or related fields was the minimum academic requirement. They then went on to say they would need specialized training in anti-money laundering or counter-terrorist financing certifications, training in forensic accounting, cybercrime, financial intelligence, or asset recovery. With regard to relevant experience, they said they should have at least 10 years experience in financial crime investigation, compliance, or intelligence gathering, with 5+ years in senior management or executive roles. Proven leadership of multidisciplinary.
All of them things that Peter Bunting talk about, Mr. Chung have, so we just all skip out Peter Bunting. Because I mean, even like see me, man ugly. Wanna listen to the dopey, but you know, don't listen to the one.
LV Glycolic Gloss. Get the shiniest hair of your life. By L'Oreal Paris.
So, in terms of salary, you were thinking...
With Indeed, set salary expectations from the start.
Person in the room, and that's fine too.
So
Dennis Chung was the General Secretary for the Jamaica Football Federation. And he has now left to be appointed as the chief person at the Financial Investigative Department. Now, I just want to ask you a simple question. In his capacity, acting in football, would he have agreed with a referee who has expressed a bias for a club sharing a game in which that club is playing? The answer is clearly no. And that is what we are seeing now, where Dennis Chung has made public pronouncements in support of the Prime Minister.
So when Seymour Panton sit down in a way lower house and say him would drink water from a politician them, see, and say, you know, utter all kind of disgusting utterance. Seymour Panton did that live on TV. See, was that not bias towards the Jamaica Labour Party? See, so we don't appoint nobody, because we in a government, we don't appoint nobody we agree with we. PNP forget to appoint everybody where them want, so they can tear down the government. See, and tell lie upon the Prime Minister and make we look bad internationally. And that PNP want. We don't see them people, and I mean, we don't good.
Investigation. Even when you are sitting on a case as a judge, if you find that you have connections with the persons before you about whom you have to adjudicate, you are required to recuse yourself. And we are simply saying to Mr. Dennis Chung today, if you had not thought about it before, you need to think about it. You should refuse this appointment.
Mighty God, we do.
This investigation into the Prime Minister, the allegation of illicit enrichment.
Let me just say it again for the people them we might sympathize with the PNP. There is, I'm going to say it slow, there is not any investigation going on into the Prime Minister of Jamaica. See? There is no investigation going on into the Prime Minister of Jamaica. The Integrity Commission completed their investigation into the Prime Minister. They sent the file or whatever it was to Parliament. See? They asked the FID to take a look. FID look, they did not see anything. They got a forensic investigator from foreign that spent 6 months in Jamaica investigating the Prime Minister, and in 6 months combing over all of the Prime Minister's documents. That investigator did not find anything. See? And yet still they refuse to certify the Prime Minister's statutory declaration, because the Integrity Commission is working with the PNP. Because Seymour Panton was PNP, Greg Christie was PNP, Kevin Stevens, PNP, and the list goes on. See? So they decide to try to take down the Prime Minister by way of a soft coup. A soft coup meaning they try to say that he's corrupt and hoping that public pressure would have taken him down. See? The Prime Minister has not done anything wrong. The Prime Minister did not do anything wrong. See? And they continue to not want to certify his statutory declaration, because that is what they are hoping that the Jamaican people will hold on to and say the Prime Minister is corrupt. Many Jamaicans believe them. And many Jamaicans today are saying that the Prime Minister is corrupt. This is the most clean, this is the cleanest Prime Minister that we have ever had in Jamaica. None gone before him cleaner than him. See? This is the least corrupt government that we have ever had in the history of Jamaica, my people. Believe it. And this is the worst opposition that we have ever seen. This one disgusting. This one worse than dog shit. It frozy. See? Worse opposition. And this white man come to divide with people them and separate with people them. See? We spent many years from 1991. See? After many years of political violence in our country and losing our loved ones. You know? Cousin a kill cousin cause cousin a labor right. Cousin a kill cousin cause cousin a PNP. This is what used to take place in Jamaica, my people. And we have come a far way with these institutions, trying to clean up those things and trying to bring peace amongst our people. See? So we now have a genocide against the people them. And today Mark Golden is trying to bring us back down that route, that tribal route. And he's using these sets of idiots that is following behind him, that call themselves Jamaican. I must expel them. They are treasonous people. And they're here to follow Mark Golden in divide and conquer, for rule, and to put money in their pockets. That is it. They do not care about me and you. They don't care about us. When you look as of lately, every kind of event, you know, that Mark Golden should attend in support of the Jamaican people, he does not present himself. He sends somebody else. And he's not busy doing anything. He's not busy doing anything. He sends somebody else. Because he do not care about the lives of any of us. It's an absolute disgrace, my people.
Is indeed the most consequential matter which has happened to us since independence. Never before in the history
Listen to the part
of Jamaica have we had a prime minister under investigation for corruption.
Never before in the history of Jamaica has we had a prime minister under investigation for corruption. This is the line that these people are trying to peddle to the Jamaican people. Absolute disgrace. The prime minister is not under any investigation for anything. They investigated and did not find anything. They did not find anything, my people. See? And they refused because of politics to certify the Prime Minister's statutory declaration so we can move on as a nation because they are trying to use it. They are trying to use it for political expedience. You know, listen to this now. This is a video that I cut last night. So now listen to this.
This investigation into the Prime Minister, the allegation of illicit enrichment, is indeed the most consequential matter which has happened to us since independence. Never before in the history of Jamaica have we had a Prime Minister under investigation for corruption.
Good evening, Jamaica. It would seem as if these persons have short-term memory. So let's remind Jamaica.
Hello, I'm Damian Mitchell. A member of the police hierarchy says an investigation could be launched into the PNP campaign money scandal. There have been allegations of corruption with claims that Chinese firms doing business here usually pay an agent fee to persons appointed by government ministers to receive kickbacks. Meanwhile, PNP President Portia Simpson Miller has asked the party's Integrity Commission to investigate the matter.
There are reports of 5 persons, 5 of your senior officers, who may have not turned over donations to your party. Do you know who those 5 people are?
I really don't know.
Oh, do you not know as party president?
But I don't know.
No, we have to.
I don't know. I don't know. Because
if there were no names, they're unsubstantiated allegations.
The campaign money scandal rocking the PNP. The party president asks the Integrity Commission to investigate. The police say they could launch a probe. Paul Burke under pressure for his reaction to the demand by Omar Davies to withdraw bribery allegations. I'm Damian Mitchell and this is Jamaica Now. The president of the People's National Party, Portia Simpson Miller, was in for more criticism this week about her leadership amid a major fraud and corruption allegation rocking the party. A day after telling reporters she was not aware of the campaign money scandal, Simpson Miller announced that she has asked the PNP Integrity Commission to probe allegations by the party treasurer that 5 senior members collected campaign donations ahead of the general election but did not hand them over.
Would you be willing to open your books to the Contractor General and the police to conduct a probe into this matter?
the parties did?
Yes.
No, the party would have to, and the party leadership, not just me, would have to give that kind of permission to open up the party's book that way.
And the police say they could probe corruption allegations after PNP General Secretary Paul Burke claimed that former ministers collected agent fees from large Chinese contractors and withheld portions that should have been paid over to the party. The contractor general has refused to comment on the matter, but the Chinese embassy in Kingston says it's shocked by the allegations and that its laws prohibit donations to political parties. And former Transport Minister Dr. Omar Davies has demanded that Paul Burke, the PNP General Secretary, withdraw the claims, saying they implicate him.
I am the one who's been injured. All I will say, when you throw a stone in a pigsty and pig one hollow, is that stone.
Political commentator Kevin O'Brien Chang says the PNP should consider an independent probe to avoid any perception of a cover-up.
And they did cover it up, my people. And by the way, have you ever heard of Trafigura? The PNP President Portia Simpson Miller and several of her MPs actually went to court. Did any of you see Andrew Holness in any court charged for corruption? Huh? Andrew Holness had to basically sue the Integrity Commission because they won't come off a man back. That is what he had to do. See, whenever say them charge him, since he's involved in illicit enrichment and they have proof, what is the Integrity Commission waiting on to charge the Prime Minister? 2 years, 3 years down the road, what are they waiting for to charge him? See, there's a general election coming up now. Why not charge him? Charge him now. Since you don't have all of the proof in the world, say he has enriched himself illicitly, charge him then. PNP and PNP president and 5 or 4 of our members went to court over corruption in Jamaica. So when time them come, I go like we don't have no memory Like we don't know what we are do. Sick. And people are then sick, my people. That's all I can say. Anyway, we continue to listen to a tape. Listen to we continue to listen to a tape. For the whole lot. We'll play.
And today, I simply
want to listen to the Canberra part. The part that's very interesting.
Want to say this. Where are the honorables has conferred national honors? Where are the professionals? Where's the private sector? Where are the church leaders? Because this will appear to you as though it is a narrow partisan political matter. It is not. It is about reaching for the very soul of our democracy. It is about the protection of our democratic institutions.
And by the way, guys, this is the lady that George Davis asks, what does time come mean? And she says, time come means when time come, and time come for George. George time come too. Anyway, we continue to listen.
Because when you corrupt an institution such as this, which as Julian and Peter have made clear, have an international reputation, when you do that, you're failing the nation and you're setting the tone for actions which undermine the institutions which must uphold our traditions and which must reflect who.
Vibes, I'm back with Maybelline. That got me to test out this.
No worry, man. We soon get rid of dirty big gut Mark Golin and in two big titty them out of the country. We soon give him a political big stone in a hog side, making him squeal.
Ladies and gentlemen,
listen to that one.
A few years ago, this issue surrounding the reports on the Integrity Commission came to public attention. And initially, we were told that persons are unaware of the individuals who are under investigation. At a press conference that was held at Jamaica House, when a journalist put the question to the Prime Minister as to whether or not he is aware as to why he has not been certified, he said he had no idea why, and he was anxious to be certified. When we eventually saw the report of the investigation into his affairs, we realized that at the time when he made that statement, it was not true, because prior to that, he was written to, and that they had a meeting with him
want to listen to him careful.
And his lawyers, and explained to him that there is a possibility that he has assets that are out of keeping with his lawful income, what we term illicit enrichment. We saw where the Prime Minister took the matter to court, and he was asking for he was trying to mandate the courts.
Yes, that night. So we can't make that fly, by the way, my people. None of this that Dayton Campbell is saying is actually accurate. None of it is true. Lying through a gap in 90.
To sign off on his report. We saw where Mr. Chung came out and gave his opinion on the matter. It's free to have an opinion on the matter, but by any means, by the acceptable standard as to what the average person would think, an individual that has already come to a conclusion on the matter, to be now placed in charge of the body to investigate the matter is highly inappropriate. And anyone who cannot see that as inappropriate, then...
Let me just say this again. There is no investigation into the Prime Minister. Dennis Chung is not being appointed to oversee any investigation into the Prime Minister. There is no investigation into the Prime Minister of Jamaica currently. None.
That begs a lot of questions. The gentleman in question also created a firestorm in Jamaica a few months ago when he said that Usain Bolt money did not get to SSL.
And it is the same FIB that needs to look into the issues surrounding SSN. I, as a Jamaican, and a well-thinking Jamaican, I am very concerned about the path that we are on as a country. I am a proud Jamaican, but I am ashamed of my government. Because they are eroding what we have come to accept as Jamaica. They are destroying the institutions that give us a good, credible reputation internationally. Corruption is rampant. It is almost palpable in the society, and we will not accept it. The time has come. Enough is enough. The people of Jamaica need to be given an opportunity to decide if they want to continue with this level of corruption in high places, or if they want to return decency to Jamaica House. And as of such, we are giving this government 72 hours to rescind this appointment. And if they do not rescind it, there will be actions all over Jamaica. Thank you.
So what does Dayton Campbell mean by they're giving the government 72 hours to rescind this offer? And if they do not rescind this offer, there will be actions all over Jamaica. Are they going to activate the Brigadista movement? Or is there going to be blood on the streets of Jamaica? Is the 237 firearms that we found at the ports, were those coming to go in the hands of PNP affiliates to fight a political war? Is that what Dayton Campbell is trying to tell the Jamaican people? Is Dayton Campbell a member of the government of Jamaica? Is Dayton Campbell a MP? Is he a councillor? Is he a senator? Who is Dayton Campbell to be making utterance like that? Dayton Campbell should be arrested. Hey, I say, you know what I mean? Some of them position there in Jamaica, you know, see how the country clean up, you know. What is Dayton Campbell alluding to? Eh? Who is Dayton Campbell to give the government of Jamaica ultimatum? Is this a hold up? Is this a stick up? Eh? Is Dayton Campbell a terrorist? Who is Dayton Campbell to be telling our government he's giving them 72 hours to rescind Mr. Chung's appointment, knowing full well that is not the government that appoint Mr. Chung? You know, see them people, them take with a boto, them take with a idiot, them take with a nefe. Eh? I am so sick of them. And I want the Prime Minister to call the election now, so we can get them to go sit on one side. Tired of them, my people. It is an absolute disgrace. No more want to listen to the press conference part of it. Hopefully they find this.
The floor is open for your questions. I'm not going to tell you the action, so you can go to the previous slide. Okay, that's fine.
When I hear it.
How far is the People's National Party prepared to go if the appointment is not rescinded? And is there a legal avenue that can be pursued?
Gloss it yourself with a new casting creme gloss by L'Oreal Paris for glossier hair color than ever before.
You are my whole wide world. You'll never know how much I...
We are waiting for Mark Golden, because we ain't big and so I'm going to take long to reach. Hi, Mike.
In terms of a legal angle, that's something that we're considering. We haven't had time yet to definitively come to a position on that. But certainly it's something we are exploring. And in terms of actions on the ground, you will see in due course what we have in mind. If the government decides to pursue this and continue on this path, which is essentially...
Let me just tell you before we go any further, there is no legal avenue that the PNP can take. Mr. Chung have to either resign or the people that appoint him rescind the offer. There's no legal avenue that the PNP can go down to get him out of the position. See? Them just disgusting and lie. Me say me hate Mark Golding and say you
contaminating the Financial Investigations Division, which is the institution in Jamaica that is internationally the liaison when it comes to anti-money laundering, anti-terrorist financing, and fighting financial crimes generally. Mr. Chung has stated publicly positions on the matter, the most important.
When I listen to him, I'm going to tie up himself. And I say, you know, say Mark Golding that done spot. In Canberra one said Mark Golding now when I brightest person in Jamaica. Listen to when I brightest person in Jamaica. Now listen to this.
Matter that the FID will ever have had to investigate. Positions which have prejudged the matter and indicate that as far as he's concerned, there's nothing to investigate. It's all kosher. It's all above board. Somebody who has done that publicly cannot properly be appointed to run that agency tasked with investigating that matter. It would run a coach and horses through Jamaica's anti-corruption framework and undermine the rule of law and the reputation of our country. That's why we're taking it very seriously. And you'll be hearing more from us if the government doesn't do the right thing, or indeed if Dennis himself doesn't do the right thing and step away from this appointment.
We recognize Siobhan Campbell from Nationwide. Please unmute and go ahead with your question.
Listen to this.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Go, Siobhan. Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon. My question is to Mr. Golding. The appointment of Dennis Chung was done through the Office of the Services Commission, which is led by Mrs. Patricia Sinclair McCullough, along with Bishop the Honorable Harold Blair, Professor Denise Eldemeyer Shearer, and Miss Kadria Folks. These are the appointees to the Public Service Commission that you yourself signed off on just last year. Are you suggesting that these individuals did not take much of what you said into consideration and did not go down the right path when they selected Mr. Chung as their final appointment?
Thank you. I'm saying that, first of all, the ad which was developed was inappropriate in that it did not cover the critical elements of what the Chief Technical Director of Jamaica's FID ought to cover. The competencies and experience that are required for the job were not clearly enunciated in the ad that was formulated and published. And I think that they have gone down the wrong path and chosen somebody who is manifestly inappropriate for this position. I don't know on what basis they thought otherwise. I don't think that they sufficiently informed themselves as to what Mr. Chung had done and said in relation to this matter, because I cannot believe that had they been thorough in looking at this issue and seeing what his pronouncements had been publicly on the matter, that they would have recommended him.
We recognize Jeffrey Tavares from Equitalk Media. Please unmute and go ahead with your question. Tavares? Okay, we take.
Mr. Golding, I just wanted to go a little bit further with your response. The appointment was done by the Services Commission, and it was advertised and the process followed. What about it you would be taking issue with if there's given that you have said that you are reviewing some legal issues around it? What about it are you looking at from a legal standpoint?
As has been shown in relation to the drill, the $31.5 million drill. Processes can be followed.
Somebody tell me where drill have to do with the press conference of Mark Golding come. I talk about Dennis. Dennis Chung. Somebody tell me where drill have to do with this press conference. But don't listen to this.
In a manner that achieves an anomalous and outrageous result. And if you look at the result and you move back from the result, you can see that the process was flawed. And as I said before, I cannot believe that they had before them the material that is generally known to anyone who follows these matters carefully, and yet still assume or make the recommendation of this individual for that task. So they have failed to take into account relevant factors in making their recommendation. And that can be a basis for legal challenge.
We have a follow-up from Siobhan Campbell from Nationwide. Go ahead, Siobhan.
Yes, again, this matter in relation to Mr. Chung's appointment, you and Mr. Bunting have pointed to his unsuitability for the role, and this is my words to suggest that it's tantamount to a corrupt act, his appointment. But was it not the previous PNP administration that appointed Mr. Chung as chairman of the NSWMA and credited him with the turnaround of that organization? Plus, Mr. Chung has several board appointments, both in the financial sector and elsewhere, which would have reached the standard you would expect of someone with enough ability and understanding of the financial matters in relation to the FID that the appointment could be considered kosher. And that question is directed to either you or Mr. Bunting, Mr. Golding.
Well, we can both have a respond to it, but my response is this. Mr. Chung has experience and competencies in areas which would make him an appropriate choice for positions where he doesn't have a clear issue of bias and conflict of interest. And that's the crux of this matter. He has, by his public pronouncements, exhibited a strong position.
This is the same Mark Golding who do not see any conflict of interest in Dayton Canberra's best friend of 20 years sitting on the Integrity Commission board. See Mark Golding, you know. See Mark Golding and all this.
On this matter, which is in favor of the person who's under investigation. And he's now being appointed to lead the agency tasked with doing that investigation. That is absolutely untenable and wrong. And it is a corrupt outcome because it undermines the transparency and fairness of the process to have somebody who's leading the agency being somebody who has already indicated a position of bias in relation to the matter. His prior appointments in the private and public sector are irrelevant because these factors weren't at play, and therefore I don't think that
someone who is chairing a board or is a director on a board, the requirements of their technical training is completely different from somebody who is the executive leader of an investigative agency. A board member just has to operate at the level of corporate governance.
So let me ask you a question, Jamaica, before we go any further. Mark Golding as opposition leader, what qualifications did Mark Golding have to be opposition leader? Somebody tell me. Since you have to have prior experience as according to them. So because you don't have the experience and you're leading another leadership role, that means you can't lead your son now because you don't have the experience. So what experience did Mark Golding have to be an opposition leader prior to now? Somebody tell me.
Governance principles have a general understanding of management and corporate responsibilities, etc. The chief technical director of an investigative unit must come to the table with extensive experience in dealing with complex financial investigations, coordinating with international intelligence agencies, having some specialized training and experience in that area. This is not a board member who is going to sit at a governance level. This is the person that is going to day-to-day run the organization and supervise criminal investigations. If he had come from...
Then what is wrong with running an organization? See, what experience did Peter Bunting have in crime fighting as Minister of Security? Somebody tell me. Didn't Peter Bunting come from the financial sector and became Minister of Security? What experience did he have as a person that, you know, had a security background? Did he have a security background when he became Minister of Security? No. Mighty God.
The DPP's department with specialized prosecutorial experience, that would have been something different. If you had come out of law enforcement, which is typically where someone like this would come from. And if not on law enforcement, then from a regulator, financial regulation. If you had come from any of those areas with 10 years experience or 5 years leadership experience, then it would be completely different. To compare appointing someone as the chairman of the board of NSWMA is really ludicrous. And I'm actually disappointed that anybody would even suggest that that's a relevant comparison.
Say man ugly.
Mr. Moderator.
I'll listen to the in the camera now.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mr. Campbell, we have 2 more questions. I'm being informed. Please go ahead. Unmute and go ahead with your question. Mr. Tavares.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My question is, Dr. Dayton Campbell said something a while ago that there will be, in my words, that there will, in other words, there will be pandemonium in Jamaica if he doesn't step down. What are you trying to say, sir? Will there be a demonstration put on by the People's National Party if he doesn't step down? That's the question.
Mr. Tavares, I do not have that word in my vocabulary. I said no such thing. The point I'm making, and I'm being very strident to the point that I'm making, is that we are taking back our country from the clutches of despair. We're taking back our country from those who have taken us down a path that we have become unrecognizable.
You know, hear that? You know, hear that Friday in Canberra? Andrew Holness government has taken us down a path where Jamaica has become unrecognizable. 6 brand new hospital, 4 are work pan right. See? We have the Montego Bay Perimeter Road. We have tons and tons of persons opening business. 24,000 new business opening in Jamaica last year alone. 24,000 new business. PNP shut down 44,000 in the 90s. I come in and invest money in a hotel, a build all kind of things in a Jamaica open business. See? We are at school blocks. We have built fire station. We have built police station. We have built police headquarters. We upgrade people's life. Better paid jobs. Higher minimum wage. These are the things that Dayton Canberra says unrecognizable in Jamaica today. You know? So you know, tell me if these people mean us any good. Should we have stayed the same? Dayton Canberra have just said that Jamaica is unrecognizable and look upon the amount of achievements that Jamaica has gone through. The government is building 11 beach parks. And by the way, the Jamaica Labour Party has never sold a beach in Jamaica, not even one time. Every time a beach sell, it's sold under the PNP. We are upgrade and extend airport runway. We build a extra airport at Bascobel. And we're going to build another airport in Westmoreland. You know, tell me, my people. You know, tell me. You know, see the urban center where Mark Golden called the local place. The local place. That Mark Golden called with urban center. Where we don't see an urban center. None of we alive today. Never live to see a local city building in Jamaica. Never. Live to see a local township build brand new. In 165 years, with none of we not alive today to see a local township build in its entirety. In under 10 years. And these people, absolute disgrace, my people. Walking disaster we have to deal with in the People's National Criminal organization.
As to who we are, what we stand for, the value systems that we have. No time in the People's National Party could we have a leader of the party who is under investigation and continues to remain as the leader of the party.
So was Portia Simpson not under investigation with the traffic thing? Was Portia Simpson not under investigation with the monies that were paid to MPs and they did not give it over to the party? Eh? We don't remember that. Jamaica don't remember that. Can't remember. Oh.
Could not happen. For you to have a prime minister that is seeking to strike down the very law that defines illicit enrichment, it could not happen and it should not be happening in Jamaica. And then, if you did not hear what Donald Senator Scott Motley said, Mr. Chung is the General Secretary of Jamaica Football Federation. Just imagine that he's at a match in the Royal Box, in his Jamaican colors. Seated beside him is somebody in...
Guys, actually I got any live, but my phone I got dead. We got any live, but we're back later on this evening, 6 p.m. Jamaica time. See? So big up everybody that participated in the live this morning, everybody that has sent a comment, big up on yourself. Everybody that gave me a thumbs up, big up on yourself. And everybody that have subscribed so far, big up on yourself. We're on the road to 8K subscribers now, my people. So big up to everybody that got me to 7K. I much appreciate all of the love and support. And I will see you guys later on in the evening. See? Shower labor rights.